Okay, Mina, this is right in your wheelhouse. A lot of rookie quarterbacks, but which one is positioned for immediate success?
You can make a case for J.J. McCarthy. Walks into a very good situation in Minnesota. Terrific play caller, Kevin O'Connell, Justin Jefferson, one of the two best wide receivers in the NFL. But, Frank, he might not even start. It could be Sam Darnold. So I'm going to go with Caleb Williams, the #1 overall pick, who in Chicago is entering a lineup that's arguably one of the best offenses a #1 overall pick has ever been a part of, particularly at wide receiver. That triplet, DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, Rome Odunze, who they drafted this year. That's not just one of the best for a rookie. That's one of the best trios in the entire NFL. And I think Williams will adapt well to the league, given that he's surrounded with so much talent, and he'll learn how to play quickly and throw with anticipation, knowing that the receivers can make plays for him.
I mean, just look at the list here. Michael Penix Jr., you have Bo Nix, Caleb Williams, like you mentioned, Jaden Daniels. Who else we got? Drake May. History tells us, unfortunately for some of these guys, it's going to be a struggle in year one, which is not all that surprising. You first mentioned J.J. McCarthy with the Minnesota Vikings. That's the guy that I believe can do it. Last year, Minnesota was 7-10, dealt with a lot of injuries. You have a great receiver in Justin Jefferson, the tight end, T.J. Hockenson. I think the talent is around him. He won big in college, which means something. He plays indoors, which I also think will help. I think there's so much pressure on Caleb Williams. But, you know, the Chicago Bears, that team, the great following that they have #1, but also, you know, they haven't had a great quarterback in a long time. I think there's going to be a little too much pressure on him in year one. I'm going with J.J. McCarthy.
We shall see. That's it. We are done. Back to you.
It's so soft coming from me, and it's really great. We're at the halfway point of the WNBA season, a season characterized by progress, exceptional talent, and undeniable impact. And while there have been some growing pains along the way, this season's been a perfect blend of excitement and development. And as Swan Tai details in tonight's SportsCenter report, a lot of history along the way.
That is the 19th assist for Caitlin.
This is incredible.
A new WNBA single-game record.
Caitlin Clark is once again breaking records. This time with a WNBA all-time high 19 assists in a single game against the Dallas Wings on Wednesday. She also scored or assisted on 66 points for the Indiana Fever, breaking a nearly 2-decade-old record previously held by Diana Taurasi.
She's going to say it means nothing, but I think it's pretty cool. I think that's pretty cool, so it's all right.
I just think I just try to set my teammates up for success. My eyes are just always on our post players, whether that's Liz or whether that's AB or whoever's in the game at the time.
It comes at the halfway point of an already history-making season for the WNBA, which has seen viewership increase by 117% compared to last season, with rookies and veterans making their mark.
History continues to be made for Angel Reese.
Angel Reese of the Chicago Sky set a WNBA record with 15 consecutive double-doubles, but it's Las Vegas Aces veteran Asia Wilson who is currently dominating the league leaderboard.
This is why she is the frontrunner for the MVP.
It was sunny earlier in the week, not the storyline today. Justin Thomas chipping from the greenside rough on the second hole, from 10 yards out. He's at 1 under, looking to snap a 44-start winless drought. Thomas here, the signature postage stamp hole. The tee shot from 118 yards, backwards, 7 inches from the hole. He would tap in for birdie. He would finish the day 3 under 68. 7 birdies for him. Shane Lowry, he had 5 birdies. 11th hole, par 4, putting for that bird, 20 feet out. Now with the solo lead at 4 under, this is the first career bogey-free first round in 46 majors for Lowry. The second shot from the fairway on 18, on the green, 5 feet within the pin, 66, that's what he cards. He would finish the day second at 5 under. Everybody trailing this guy. His name, Daniel Brown. Daniel Brown. 1 career win, that was on the European Tour, making his major debut. The birdie putt from 34 feet away on the 10th hole, sitting at 3 under. 18th hole, par 4, second shot from the rough, locked in. Beautiful shot, 7 feet from the pin. He would sink for birdie, and he is your clubhouse leader. 6 under after 1 round. Justin Thomas, 3 off the lead. He said this.
I just want to keep playing as good as I can, and Yeah, I feel like everything's been trending the right way, and I've been working on the right things. Just like I said, I haven't really had much to show for it, and that's just how this game works sometimes. And but I know I'm close, you know, just the way that it is, and I just kind of keep playing and not play for results, just play for my game, and it'll take care of itself.
If you're wondering where Tiger is, about +8 on the day. Thomas, meanwhile, just 3 shots off the lead as he looks to snap what has become the longest winless drought in his PGA Tour career. Thomas's last win came in the PGA Championship in 2022. He's looking for what would be his 3rd career major title and first Open Championship victory. Elle?
Let's go to college football, where leaders of the college football playoff are putting off any decisions on changes to the format until after this season. Executive Director Rich Clark says they want to see how the first season of a 12-team field goes before they reassess. Imagine that. The playoff is set to be 12 teams this season and next season. Just a quick refresher for you on what that actual new format looks like. It is a 12-team playoff. It's made up of the 5 highest-ranked conference champions, along with the next 7 highest-ranked teams. The 4 highest-rated conference champs will get the coveted first-round bye, and teams in the first rounds of games will play at the stadium of the higher-ranked team. On the scene, which feels like permanently at some times, in Dallas at SEC Media Days is our college football reporter, Heather Dinich. She's been doing great work for us down there. And what, Heather, do today's comments mean for the college football playoff format beyond 2025?
Well, Elle, I spoke with SEC Commissioner Greg Sankey, and he said that he agrees it's a good idea to let this thing play out because he wants to see what a 16-team divisionless SEC looks like and how those chances are in the 12-team field before they make any decisions about what would be best for the conference moving forward in 2026 and beyond. And I spoke with Executive Director Rich Clark of the CFP, and he told me his focus is making sure that these first-round home games go off without a hitch. The CFP has reached out to 134 schools in the FBS to make sure that if they're one of those schools that has to host a game on campus, they're ready for it. And right before the show, Elle, I talked with Kansas Athletic Director Travis Goff, who told me that they've reached an agreement with Arrowhead Stadium because they're under construction at Kansas, that if they were to host a first-round game, they could play where the Chiefs play on that Friday, December 20th, even though it could be a little tricky because the Chiefs could be playing on that Saturday. So those are the things they need to work out before they look ahead at 2026 and beyond.
Yeah, and based on what we know about the Chiefs, there's a better than good chance they will be playing then. Speaking of odds, SEC teams have 5 of the top 7 odds to win the national title this season. That, of course, does not actually include Texas A&M, who have new head coach Mike Elko after the school paid to buy out his predecessor Jimbo Fisher $76 million. Then the Aggies flirted with Kentucky's Mark Stoops. They turned their attention to Elko, Fisher's former defensive coordinator. He's coming off 2 mostly successful seasons at Duke, but this, of course, is a new level. He spoke at SEC Media Day earlier today.
I think in this era of college football, you better speed that process up. I don't think this is a very patient era. I don't think you come to a school like Texas A&M that has the ability to do what we're capable of doing, and you want to talk about building for a future, but I think you got to be careful that you don't skip steps along the way. I think you've got to establish a culture. You got to establish identity. I'm excited because I think our kids have embraced that. I'm really, really happy with the progress we've made in my first 7 months on the job, and now we've got to go finish that and be successful this fall.
But what does success look like, Heather? What are expectations, real ones, for the Aggies this season?
Well, I asked defensive lineman Shamar Turner if he thought they might be able to sneak up on some people, and he said that the confidence in the coaching staff is at an all-time high. He said it wasn't there before. He doesn't know why, but it's there now, and we're going to know right away this season how seriously to take the Aggies because they kick off the season against Notre Dame, against Mike Elko's former quarterback at Duke, Riley Leonard, who you're going to talk to. And Elko said he has so much respect for Riley Leonard and his family. He's one of the reasons he got the job at Texas A&M, that he almost wishes he was lining up against basically anyone else in the season opener, but he knows he's going to get Riley Leonard's best shot.
And certainly, Riley Leonard's going to get Elko's best as he's hoping to recapture some of the defensive prowess that the Aggies showed back in 2021 when he was the DC and they ranked 3rd in scoring in the FBS. Heather Dinich, there's a poor person that writes bumps and teases that you just took their job, but I'll sort of reiterate what you just said. Ahead on SportsCenter, Texas A&M's first opponent this season is Notre Dame, and we will talk to new Fighting Irish quarterback Riley Leonard. That's how you make a point, Kevin.
Got it. Well done. Making a point, that's what the Texans did this offseason. They opened up training camp this week as they begin their quest to defend their division title. C.J. Stroud looking to build off his incredible rookie season when he became the first rookie in NFL history to lead the league in touchdown to INT ratio and passing yards per game. Stroud will have a new target in Stephon Diggs. The former Bills star has caught 445 passes over the last 4 seasons. No one in the NFL has caught more in that span. They also added Joe Mixon. Texans also made some big moves on the defensive side by adding Daniil Hunter and Danico Autry. They're the second team to add multiple players in an offseason that had 10-plus sacks the previous year, joining the Super Bowl champion 1994 49ers. Our Texans reporter, DJ Bieneme, has much more.
The expectations are high for the Houston Texans in 2024, but from the top down, they aren't fazed by it. Texans general manager Nick Caserio called the noise a big waste of time. And earlier in the offseason, head coach DeMeco Ryans said, "We don't care about the expectations. Talk doesn't win games." Quarterback C.J. Stroud talked about those expectations.
It's not going to be easy. It's going to be harder. You know, we have a target on our back this year, and, you know, that's how you should want it, you know, and that's what I'm used to playing at Ohio State. And I'm really, you know, honored and blessed to have the teammates that I do to want that challenge. And I definitely do think that all the expectations, if we just work, I mean, everything will take care of itself.
Last year is last year. It's over with. I feel like it's a whole new slate, whole new season. Great opportunity for us to go out and repeat what we did. You know, it's a lot of improvements for us, you know, all around. And I feel like this camp continue to stack, continue to build and work on us.
The expectation is always going to be the expectation. Like, nobody on the outside is going to have a bigger expectation than on the inside of the building. And right now, our expectation is just building that building. Building a tall building, man, but it starts with our foundation of coming out here, getting 1% better, everybody keeping their head down and just working.
This offseason, the Texans brought in Stephon Diggs, Joe Mixon, Daniil Hunter, and spent $224 million in guaranteed money, 5th most in the NFL. That's bringing a lot of noise and hype because people think this could be a Super Bowl team. But Stroud said the way to handle those expectations is just work. In Houston, DJ Bieneme, ESPN.
And we are working. Thank you, DJ. Senior NFL writer Bill Barnwell joins us now. You have a trendy Super Bowl picks article on ESPN Plus right now. Take us through a couple of those teams and why you believe that to be the case, starting with the Texans.
Yeah, Kevin, obviously the offensive side of the ball is loaded for the Houston Texans. In addition to what they had last year at playmaker, you bring in Joe Mixon, who is a professional running back. You add a running game. It's a little more power-based for C.J. Stroud. Didn't really have that last year. A little more finesse with Devin Singletary. And then you bring in Stephon Diggs, a playmaker extraordinaire at his best in Buffalo. He might be the number 3 receiver in Houston. Plus the offensive line's going to be healthier. Excited about the Texans. And then you flip it to the NFC. The Green Bay Packers blew out the Cowboys in the postseason, gave the Niners some trouble. A obviously team built around Jordan Love and the youngest receiving core in NFL history a year ago. They're going to be better this year. They're going to be healthier this year at receiver and along the offensive line, and very excited about the defensive side of the ball as well. Jeff Hafley coming in, Xavier McKinney, improvements at safety. This is a complete team and the youngest team in football, getting a little bit older and a little bit wiser and a little bit more experienced heading into Jordan Love's second full season as a starter in Green Bay.
Maybe big picture value, too. Green Bay is tied with Dallas for the 9th best odds to win it all at 18-1 right now. Bill, thank you so much.
Still to come on SportsCenter, Notre Dame quarterback Riley Leonard joins the show as the Irish